So the second option for program 2 is to create this little interactive fictional story. And to help you, I've actually given you a program skeleton with comments where you need to insert code. So this is a little bit more complicated than the race, but you can copy and you can paste. And it's pretty easy to spot the comments in here. So create the following integer variables, lives initialized to 5. So I'm just going to replace the comment, int lives equals 5. Okay. Health initialized to 50. Int health equals 50. Okay. Magic initialized to 50. Okay. Counter initialized to 0. And then we need to declare number, but we do not need to initialize it. Create a Bool variable named n and set it to false. So you're basically just going to read through here and kind of do what it says. Create a string variable named direction, dir. We don't have to initialize it. Create a random object named rand and give it the var data type. All right, so we're going to do var rand. Okay, when you use var, you do have to put a value in. So we are going to do it like that. All right, so now we have our right lines. Here's where we have to call print stats. Now this method is already created. It's right here. Okay, and so you can see it's not returning anything, so we don't need an assignment statement. In fact, I'm going to copy this part. We're going to call print stats. And it looks like we're passing health, magic, and lives. Health, magic, lives. Okay, so that is our call. Create a while loop with the condition not end. So end we set to false, if you remember. While not end. Okay, and it's going to start here. And I guess it's going to end here. Okay. Oh, I lost my starting. There we go. Add 1 to the counter. Okay. Create an if statement checking to see if the counter is greater than 25. When that's true. So first let's put that if in. If counter greater than 25. All right. When that's true, set the end variable to true. All right. End equals true. write the following message to the council. Okay. There we go. Have the program continue at the top of the while loop and skip the remaining code. All right. So we've done all of that. Create an if statement that checks for lives less than or equal to 0, or health less than or equal to 0, or magic less than or equal to 0. All right. So we were checking for 3 things. So if lives is less than or equal to 0, or health is less than or equal to 0, or magic is less than or equal to 0. Okay. If all of that is true, set end to true. And write the following 2 lines to the council. So I'm just going to move this up here. Ooh, this is not good. Travels have taken its toll on your health. All right. And oh no, we were not able to reach the village and we couldn't get healed by the elves. All righty. Well, that is a bummer. Okay. So we are going to continue up at the top if that happens. Now we are done with that. Right. And it's going to print out the round. It's going to do this little separator. Okay. And call the path method and place the results into the dir variable. All right, let's do that. Okay, where's our path method? It's down here. We don't pass it anything and it retrieves a string. Okay. So we're putting the results into dir, which is a string. So we'll say dir equals, and I think it was path, right? Let's make sure we spelled that right. Oop, lowercase p. Okay. Create an if-else statement that checks to see if the dir value is equal to right. So if dir equals right. All right, so if that is true, set the number variable to a random number between 1 and 10. So number equals rand what next. Okay. All right, we're doing more than one thing, so we do have to have this in curly braces. So we've gotten the random number. What we need to do next is call the hazards method. All right, so right here is hazards. We have to pass a reference to lives, a reference to health, a reference to magic, and then we have to pass that random number that we just generated. Okay, so we're going to call hazards, and you'll note that hazards does not return any values. So we're going to pass a reference to lives, a reference to health, a reference to magic, and then we're going to pass the number. Okay. All right, so that's what we're doing if the direction is right. Now, if it's not right, okay, that would be our little else. Whoop. And what are we doing if it's not right? Set the number variable to a random number between 1 and 8. So it's going to be just like this. But instead of a 10, we are doing 1 to 8. And then we're calling the hazards method. Okay. Here we go. All right, so we've done all of this. And I've already done this. And so all I need to do here is call print stats. I think I have a call to print stats up here. So I'm just going to copy and paste that. Okay. That takes care of the main method. All right, so then down in our hazards method, all we really have to do is kind of convert these remaining comments into code. Okay, and hopefully it is pretty self-explanatory. In the hazards, we have to create a switch and we're switching on the random number. Okay, and then we do different things in the different cases. So I will start it out, but I'm not going to do the whole thing because I think you guys have the hang of this by now, or at least I hope you do. So rand num. And so then we do a case 1. There is no case 0. And let's see. We're going to subtract 5 from magic and 10 from health. All right, so I'm going to do my right line first. You've been attacked by trolls. Oh, bummer. Had to use our magic along the way. All right. Cost us 5 magic units. Got to do another console.writeLine. And 10 health units. So then I'm going to say magic minus equal. How many magic units? 5. And health. Oh, yeah, that was rough. Minus equal 10. And break. Okay. So that was case 1. Now we're going to, and that's done. So I delete it. Case 2, 3, and 4 are together. So just in case you guys don't remember how to do that, it would be case 2, case 3, case 4. Right. And then if you want to put your break in right away, those red squiggles will go away. And then it's just a matter of printing out the messages and adjusting the values. Okay. Then we get to case 5, case 6, case 7, and 8 are together, and then we have the default. Okay, so I think you guys can handle the rest of this. At the bottom here, we're just gonna, oh, I actually have the return coded for you. So you don't have to worry about that. Just finish off the switch and you'll be done with hazards. Down here with path, you can see it's returning a string. You've reached a fork in the path. Enter 1 if you want to go right, enter 2 if you want to go left. Then our task is to create an integer variable for the direction and set it equal to the input from the console. All right, so this is integer input. All right, so we're going to say integer Let's see. I'm just going to say number equals int dot parse console dot read line. Okay, and if the number is a 1, okay, then what I need to return is right, the word right. Else, I'm going to return the word left. Okay. And that's pretty much it. Okay, so I'm going to return right or left. And that gets returned up here. Okay, so hopefully you guys will not have a problem with this. As you can see, it is pretty self-explanatory. In fact, probably could run it right now and just have it do nothing for some of these cases, just so you can see that it runs. Okay, we had case 6 by itself. And we had case 7 and 8 together. So obviously you need some code in between case 6 and break. Case 7, case 8, break. And then I think we had default. And the default was, so the default, you are going to be adjusting health, lives, and magic as well. We need to break. And so this isn't going to be too exciting because you're going to get the same message over and over again. But at least we can test if it runs. I don't want to code out the whole thing just because I want to shorten the time on the video, and I think you guys can figure it out on your own. Okay, so you've reached a fork in the path. 1 if you want to go right, 2 if you want to go left. We'll go 1. And it must have done something besides a 1. Let me see. I'm pretty sure it's working. Yep. So what'll happen when you fill these in is that you'll get different messages written out. So when you run it, it'll probably make more sense. But this is running, I can tell, even though not seeing the messages like I normally would. So here it did end up with a 1. Okay. And so when you go through and you key in those different numbers, you are going to see different messages. In fact, I'll pause and fill it in and run it for you. All right, so I got this all coded out now. So let us run this. Yep, attacked by trolls. Bummer. Let's see. We'll do number 2. And we'll do 1. Health units are going down. Goodness, lives are going up. So it's possible you can go up to 25 rounds. Magic Waterfalls is good. Restores everything. All right. If you get to round 25, you are going to win. Okay. But if you run out of health, magic, or lives before then, you end up losing. That's how it goes. Okay. So that is the program. Hopefully, this video will help you complete it.